What's some juicy gossip you just found out in your personal lives? 1. Cousin's wife finally caught his cheating ass. 3 years he's been playing her for a fool, but she actually knew. She just loves him too much. 2. Heard that the asshole who got me fired got fired because of the email that I sent to the company's VP. Honestly wish I went with filing for a labor case though. 3. Apparently, I'm adopted. Not really sure if the ancestry thing works. I want to find my biological parents. So much stuff is happening. I don't even know anymore lol. My sister is pregnant with her third child, third guy. The first father, V, is awesome. He has custody of both their child and her second, no biological relationship to him. The second baby daddy has apparently been threatening my sister and V after learning of the third child and that V took her in. V and my sister still have a functional platonic relationship at this point, and due to fear of reproach from the second, and maybe the third, V has taken both kids, my pregnant sister, and his own so with him out of state to make sure there's no reproach from 2 or 3. V is one of my favorite humans. He treats the second child like his own, despite no longer being in a romantic relationship with my sister, since 2010. Dude is as good as they come, in my opinion. That my brother asked my mom for $1,000 for rent, she gave him $1,400 so he could also pay back a loan. Then he turned around and also asked my dad for $1,000 for rent which he also gave him. He then turned around and used the money to buy tickets to Burning Man. My parents aren't going to lend out any more money without talking to each other first. I just found out my neighbor has been having an affair with another one of my neighbors and the kids figured it out. I used to see them go jogging sometimes. Nancy Drew and the oh no our parents are fucking. My ex after 1 week of being single started dating this SoundCloud rapper, now she's pregnant with twins. We're still in our teens. Do his songs slap though? Our pastor was having an affair with his cousin's wife. One day while giving a sermon the cousin storms into church, tackles the pastor and starts to throw haymakers at him. The cousin's wife is trying to pull her husband off the pastor. The pastor's wife quickly figured out what was happening, ran up and clocked the wife from behind knocking her out. People are trying to separate everyone. Total chaos. I gotta start back going to church. Apparently I'm missing all the good stuff. Just found out the other week through the grapevine that 2 of my exes are now together. My friends were coming to me like, hey, didn't you used to date both of them? How did that happen? One of them is very mild-mannered and relaxed and we ended it amicably because we were getting bored. The other one is hot-headed, impulsive, and motivated. That one ended because we both had trouble communicating our grievances in a healthy manner. Given my experience with both of them, I have no idea how they're gonna make it work, but I wish them both luck. My work requires everyone in our group have security clearance. It's boring work and the most basic of clearances. Wednesday a coworker's desk was completely cleaned out. We were told she lost her clearance and was fired. Weird. Her BFF spilled the beans later. Turns out Sharon had met a man online and they were madly in love. And she cashed out her 401k, her life savings and a second mortgage to send to him. She's 67. To no one's surprise he's not a real person and it was all a scam. He claimed he was royalty from Nigeria. Work found out when she started borrowing money from coworkers and it made its way to our boss. It's very sad but still, WTF she was around when the whole Nigerian email scam was around. She should have known better. My dad is having an affair. Just found out 30 minutes ago. Mom is devastated although I had my suspicions. They've been married for 46 years. Dad is 73. Whereas I am totally aware how inappropriate it is, I can't help but wonder how old the mistress is. That my uncle left my auntie for the phone sex line worker he was calling for the last 3 years. This is the saddest story, for some reason. It's just fucking existentially sad. My cousin has been together with his wife for 14 years and has had a girlfriend for just as long. Neither of them knew about the other. He got caught because of an image on Facebook. His wife's sister posted a family picture which my cousin was in and got recognized by his girlfriend's sister's acquaintance. He got away with that for 14 years. I'm always amazed when I hear stories like this. Like how TF do you have time to lead 2 lives and not have them mix? I barely have enough time to see my BF. No idea how I could take on another relationship. And how do you respond when they want to meet your friends and family? I have a coworker I'll call Jess, who always talks about her kids in detail and asks for favors because of her kids, picking up shifts, asking for rides, etc. One of our other coworkers' son goes to the same bar as said girl. She doesn't know who he is, and one night was spilling her guts about how she always takes advantage of her coworkers and that she doesn't even have kids. She doesn't know that we know. My ex-wife and I finalized our divorce last June. She's giving birth in a few weeks with the guy she was cheating on me with. If it was anyone else I wouldn't care as much, but since it's this guy, it hurts. Oh, and she email invited me to buy them gifts off of their baby registry, so I'm trying to think of the most petty item I could get, though I know I shouldn't show I give a shit. Buy them a paternity test. It will get in new guy's head. My two friends just found out they have the same sugar daddy. They had both been under the impression that they were exclusive with him. Man, to be rich enough to sugar daddy for two girls at once. Truly the American dream. Manager is having threesomes with two servers. What would you do if you were a restaurant manager? I tell you what I'd do, man. Two chicks at the same time, man. Sometimes I SSH into two servers at once. I was told that my great-grandfather kept the family farm in business by blatant and repeated acts of insurance fraud. My grandfather and his family/friends robbed an armory decades ago. Kept the guns on the family farm until we cleared out the barn a few years back and found well over 70 different firearms in the rafters and walls. And this was only a year or so after we found over $100,000 in my grandma's cookbook in bonds, silver certificates and sequential serial number notes. My uncle wants to look into local bank robberies around that time period. An ex-friend of mine from high school is now in the middle of the second divorce. Apparently it's because she cheated on her second husband with her now current boyfriend. This is the second time she's cheated on her husband, and I'm curious if she'll marry the current boyfriend and then cheat on him. My coworker makes $10 an hour, works part-time and pays for her live-in, still married, boyfriend's rent and child support cause he's broke. She just found his bank receipt showing $17,000 in his checking account. Was this at least a wake-up call for her? Just found out that my brother, who divorced his ex-wife a year ago, got married to a new woman in secret. I mean secret as in that he hasn't told his own kids about it, 10 and 12 years old. He hasn't told us either, rest of the family. My mother just accidentally said it to all of us. So now we know but are to pretend we don't know. None of us have met his new wife that we don't know is his wife but still know is his wife. Does your mother know why he would want to keep his marriage a secret? Commenting from my other account. A couple that we have been friends with for a few years now, both very normal people with vanilla jobs, took a trip overseas that was supposed to last a week. Not unusual for any of our group of friends. No one had heard from them for close to a month until we found out they've been arrested on the other side of the fucking earth trying to smuggle out close to $1 million for an international drug cartel out of the country they were visiting. When we heard the news we were just sitting there quietly in disbelief for about 5 minutes. I just found out that one of my work colleagues who just returned from a 2-week expensive holiday with his wife in Iceland has just found out his wife has run up about £50,000 debt on numerous credit cards. Oof. That's a large amount. What did she spend it on? Friend is getting married next weekend. They've been together a few years and have a 2-year-old son. At his bachelor party, we were all poking fun at him on whether or not he was ready. Shit-faced or sober, he is 100% committed to them. Another friend of mine is close friends with the bride who is apparently questioning everything about their relationship, and has repeatedly stated that he's not the type of guy she ever imagined seeing herself with. This is going to end well.